Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be drawing Giorno Giovanna. I hope I'm saying that right. God help us all if I mispronounced it, but this is actually a patron request, as you can tell by the title. I even wrote down the patron's name. Let me just scoot that out of the way. So this is for him. He actually is donating to me every month, so he specifically requested for this one. So as you all know, in my previous video, if you leave like a drawing request, you do have the chance to be, or have that selected and drawn for you, but it's not always guaranteed. So I made this little thing where if you do become a patron of mine, and you donate to me monthly, you guarantee get that video, drawn out for you, plus like a little, I guess in a way, shout out. So anyway, putting that aside, this is the character that we're drawing. And real quick before we do actually start, I want to quickly mention that I want to thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. I really never thought that would happen. In the history of me, I guess, having like a YouTube channel, I never even thought I'd get like 100 subscribers or 1,000. So definitely 10,000 is a lot of people. I remember back in the day where I would search up like how many people are viewing my videos. Like basically I would type in Google images like 1,000 people or 10,000 people to see what that looked like, and it always fascinated me. So I really cannot thank you enough. Legitimately, there is no words to describe the happiness that I feel. And I also do want to quickly mention that, as you all know, I do have a Patreon. I have an Instagram, Twitter. I've just made a DeviantArt. I have a Tumblr. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that, but everything is linked down in the description. I also have a Redbubble, and I'm so sorry for the long intro, but I want to quickly mention that as well. I have so far about 7 designs, and it can be anywhere from made like on a shirt, on an iPad case, iPhone case, a bath mat, covers, so many different things with my original artwork on them. Anywhere from BTS, fan art, to, I believe they took down some of my Inuyasha fan art, so it's actually not there anymore, but there's a few other things. If you want to check it out, the link to that will also be in the description. But without further ado, let's get right into the drawing video. Okay, so like usual, I'm a little bit uncultured. I do not know this anime. I have definitely heard of it. However, yeah, I've never seen it. I just know it's pretty good. There's a lot of memes of it. But the first thing that we're going to do, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a very slight bump right here. I'm pretty sure if you didn't make that little bump, it's not the end of the world, but I'm basically looking off a photo, and because I don't really truly know what I'm doing, I'm just drawing exactly what I see. So from here, you're gonna come down like that, not too sharp, I guess, and then right about here, his chin will start to form. And we're gonna bring it up like that and stop about right there. And that's where his jaw comes in as well. You want to make a line about that long, by the way. And then right here will be his ear. Now, I do apologize if you see any background things, but you do have to zoom out a little bit so you get an idea of how big you want it to be. You can make it any size, of course, but now I'm just gonna hop right into the eyes, which are about right here. For the most part, they should be leveled up with the ear. And I'm gonna start with a little line like that. Now this is a little bit of my style coming in. You don't have to do this part, but I'm gonna overlap it with a line on top. And it is gonna kind of curve down. I mean, at least I'm going to. I will try to make it look as much like the anime as possible, but again, I do kind of like to mix it up with my style as well. Okay, now we're gonna put the upper eyelid like that. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like, I was about to say he has eyelashes, but honestly speaking, I don't even know if this is a male or female. I'm not even joking. I don't want to like misgender. So just put eyelashes on the top. Let me know down in the comments, you know, if they, you know, are male or female. And now we're gonna come in with the actual iris right here, which will be kind of like, you know, a circular shape, but like it's half of a circle. You won't see all of it, of course. And then there is like a little indication for like a highlight or a glare. And now the bottom eyelid kind of curves up like that, and then you can kind of darken it. Again, we do have some bottom eyelashes, which, by the way, if he is a male, you know, I do find that kind of interesting that they're actually giving him eyelashes, because most of the time, not all the time, but they don't give anime characters, if they're, you know, a guy, they don't give them much eyelashes for the most part. Okay, but I'm also noticing, by the way, I gave him some ear detail. You can kind of do whatever you want or try to mimic that. He does have, or they have, I'm pretty sure that's just, you know, basic earring, so put that in. And before we go with the actual eye detail, let's go ahead and go over here and start to put in the other eye. And again, I will kind of give it my style as well. Hope these are lined up, and I'm gonna test that here soon anyway. Now I think the eyelashes are kind of pointing downwards in this case. You also can kind of mix it up and do something like that. I don't know if that looks really weird or not, but now I am kind of weird. I do kind of like to go off and do other things before I finish other things, so I'm gonna put in his nose. Again, pretty basic, just a pretty simple shape like that, and I'm pretty sure there's a nostril right there. And yeah, now let's go ahead and finish this eye. Pretty much doing exactly what we did over there. And yeah, the rest will be hidden by the nose. I'm not sure if it actually does that. Well, he is kind of frowning, so I think there's like a little bump right there. And then we have some little markings right there, which could either be a shadow or maybe like dirt, or maybe he just got into a fight. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna try to worry about it too much. But now let's actually go ahead and zoom back in. Okay, so now I will go ahead and start giving him the eye details, which I will try to, like I said, look off the photo, but I might mix it up with my style. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna make a shape like that, pretty much like another circle inside of what you just made. And then right about here, you're gonna come out and duplicate that again for the pupil. And you shade it in like that. And apologies, I am using my iPad to record, so I don't know how this is gonna turn up on a video. For all I know, you can't see it that well. Hopefully you can kind of see most of it, if not all of it. Now, as we're going along, I do notice some other things that I might kind of go in and add some detail. But I'm gonna do the same thing over here with this eye. And then we're gonna finish his face, and there is a few more details that we need to do as well. Okay, and now let's go in with his mouth, which is kind of interesting. Because he is looking this way, we're only going to see a little bit on that side, so put like a little dot kind of where the edge of that nose is. And we're going to come down the little bump like that, kind of barely noticeable, and then it's going to kind of go down like that. He's not really smiling, nor is he frowning. I mean, his eyebrows are, you know, definitely frowning, but he doesn't really look mad or happy. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna put the upper lip into place as well. and the bottom lip. Again, by the way, this is kind of random, but I really do admire the artist. Their style is definitely very intriguing because, again, if this is like a male character, then it's kind of like a feminine look to it, but at the same time, they're keeping that masculine look into it as well, if that makes any sort of sense. I just find it really fascinating. I can tell why the anime is popular. I mean, I'm sure it's not just because the, art style, but I'm probably rambling. So now we're gonna go in right here. I noticed that there is like a little streak of whatever that is. I've learned from my past videos that I shouldn't try to like guess what it is because, yeah, most of the time, if not all the time, it's incorrect, and I sound kind of, not the smartest. Okay, but enough chit chat. Let's go in with the eyebrow. We're gonna bring it up pretty high actually. It's gonna be a pretty big arch, and it is gonna come down like that. As you can see, I'm kind of doing the eyebrows quickly. Some of this I will kind of go quickly because I tend to do that. I don't really take too much time on small things like that. So if I went too fast, I definitely do apologize. Hopefully you kind of saw what I did and got the gist. But we're gonna do the same thing over there. I hope that looks accurate. That doesn't have to be perfect, of course. And yeah, so I think that will be it for the face. There is a shadow over here, which I might add at the very end. But now let's go in with the neck, the rest of the body, and the hair. As you know, we probably won't be able to do the full body, but before we do start that part, let's go ahead and do the hair, which actually looks very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start with, honestly speaking, I'm just gonna put some circles in. So go ahead and put one right in the middle. We're gonna put one that overlaps that one, and then one kind of like that. Now I'm gonna put some light markings over here. Try not to worry about it if it doesn't look the same. I'm just winging it, honestly. I've never drawn this character. Wouldn't surprise me if it looks like trash. And then over here we're gonna see a little bit more of his hair popping out. And basically another tip, I guess, for hair, for me at least, I don't try to like concentrate too hard because then usually you make more mistakes. So go quickly, that way you don't have time to process like what's going on. You just draw what you see. That doesn't work for everyone, but hopefully for some people it does. Basically, I'm gonna start putting a whole lot of little hair pieces, kind of like that. And again, it's probably not gonna look very good at first. So you will see me erase, make mistakes. Basically, right now, it kind of is just a whole bunch of hair going this way. And then towards this part, it gets interesting. We're gonna kind of finish it right there. And then you're gonna come out with a bump, I would say, like that. And then there's another hair piece that does that. And yes, I'm narrating pretty much everything I'm doing. But then it kind of gets more interesting. So right about there, you're gonna bring it down, and it almost looks like a braid. And for all I know, it is a braid. So you're gonna make a shape like that. Again, come from the ear and down. And then you're gonna overlap, kind of make a pretty basic shape like that. Put the paper down a little bit. And there is another one. And that one's gonna kind of do that. It's a very interesting hairstyle. I've never seen that before. I'm gonna make a lot of changes, so bear with me. It almost looks like a teardrop shape in the middle, by the way. So just, if you're, if you do well based off shapes, maybe that will help. And from there, that's what we should have. But as you see, we're not completely done. I'm gonna go along the way and basically kind of give the hair more life to it, give it more little strands here and there. But before I actually do that, I should probably finish this part. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna darken this part, the outer part. And right about over here, we're gonna make a whole bunch of little lines that go down. Like that. And then you're not gonna connect this part, but you're gonna bring this up, kind of do the same thing. And honestly, that's it. And then you just put another circle in the middle, kind of like that. And you'll see another part of it in the middle. And you can just give it a little bit more detail. I'm gonna shade this part in. And you can erase that part. I'll erase more as I go, but that was like the basics, nothing more in particular. I'm gonna do another one and then I'll probably do the rest off camera. Yeah, it's definitely not perfect. So please excuse some of the horribleness. For the most part though, I think this part is kind of turning out okay. It's just some parts I do lack the skill for it. Okay, so for the most part, I have the hair completed. You might see me kind of go in and add a few more strands or more detail. I'm thinking about possibly shading this at the very end, just to make it look even better. But nothing else really, to it. I hope that part went well for you. But right now, let's go on with the rest of the body and then we're pretty much done. So right about here from this middle one, we're gonna bring out a shape like that. And it's gonna stop right there. Honestly, we can just kind of do the bottom part of it too. And then right here, you're gonna bring this part up. This is obviously his shoulder. And as you can see, again, I'm making kind of like sketch marks. It helps me a lot. So if it helps you, by all means, go ahead and do it too. Now I'm gonna go in, kind of erase a few things and refine them. And give him a little bit, of a neck detail, whatever. And honestly, that part was a lot easier. For the most part, again, that's about it for that. However, the final thing before we actually start other details and shading is this little thing right here. So kind of make a shape like that. And it almost looks like a wing part right here. So you're gonna make a few things like that, I believe. And then this part will come in like that. And then there's another one right here. Honestly, that doesn't look the best. So again, my bad, I'm so sorry. You might see me try to perkin that up again later on, but there you have it. That is technically all, but knowing me, I don't want to stop there. So enjoy the next few minutes of me just shading it. I might come back and explain what I'm doing or something. That way for the people that kind of want to follow along this part too can also try to join. Other parts like this, it'll be more darker than most, like right underneath the ear and directly right underneath the chin. honestly, it doesn't look too great on camera, but oh well. This part I'm gonna kind of do on camera. We're gonna shade this side of his face. So make, or if you're following along, basically make a shape like this. And one right here on his nose. A little bit on his mouth. Kind of like that. And go in and start just shading where you just put it. Okay, well, that about does it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and if you are at all interested in becoming a patron, that way not only do you get guaranteed, video tutorials, drawing tutorials, there is definitely other benefits like monthly commissions depending on what tier you select. If I'm not mistaken, I have like one where you get an actual YouTube shout out, and let's see what else, just early access to all of my artwork. I do have some NSFW if you're interested in that, and when I actually come out with my webtoon, I will be posting it there first. So everything again is linked down in the description and pinned at the very top of the comments. And again, that about does it for this video, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.